My younger brother just got his national exam results back, and guess what? He failed for the second time. And honestly, I wasn't even that surprised. Not because he's not smart, he is, but because the game completely changed on him and nobody warned him about it. Here's the context. From 2018 to 2025, the way national exams were set in our country was actually predictable. The same question formats came back every year. Students knew what to expect and knew what to study. And if you were consistent enough, you had a decent shot at passing. But since 2025, the Ministry of Secondary Education flipped the table. New questions every year, no repetition, stricter marking. Basically, studying the old way no longer works. You can't just memorize patterns anymore. You have to actually understand the content. So after my brother's results came in, I sat down with him and told him one thing. Your phone is not your enemy. It's just being used the wrong way. Instead of using it for distraction, use it as a study tool. And I gave him a list of tips to do that exactly. These tips fall into two categories: 5 ways to study with AI and 5 ways to study using social medias and social networks. In this video, we are covering the AI side. The social media video is coming next, so subscribe if you don't want to miss it. So the first way I taught him is to use AI as his personal tutor. The first and most powerful thing you can do is to treat AI as your personal private teacher that's available 24/7 for free. Tools like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude can explain any concept in a way that makes sense to you. Struggling with a chemistry topic, type it and ask for a simple explanation with examples. And if in the explanation or in the examples any word doesn't make sense to you, you can still discuss with the AI in order for him or it to explain the concept more carefully. You can even ask it to explain the concept like he's talking or like it's talking to a 5 years old boy. He will explain that way and you will easily understand. The key here is not just to read the explanation, it's to interact with it. Interact with the AI like it's your teacher to whom you're talking to. Anything you don't understand, any concept, any word that doesn't make sense to you, ask it to explain again and again, again and again. Personally, the AI I was using as my personal tutor was either ChatGPT or Copilot. But as for you, you can choose anyone: Gemini, Claude, ChatGPT. The choice is left on you. The second way is to generate practice questions. One of the biggest mistakes students make is only reading and never testing themselves. Obviously, in countries like mine where the secondary education has very little or no interaction with laboratories, with practical experiences, it is very difficult for a student to actually practice without those stuffs. In my case, the first time I stepped a foot in a laboratory, I was in Form 2 and I just stepped into C. And the first time I touched a material, I was already in upper C the last year of secondary school. For Francophones, it's even worse. So it is a little bit difficult for a student that has never stepped a foot into a laboratory to practice. But here is a simple and clear way to use AI to practice with maybe homemade stuffs. After studying a topic, go to any AI tool and say, give me 10 exam style questions. Or better, just paste your notes or a summary of your notes and ask it to generate 10 or 20 questions from those notes. Then answer without looking at your notes, check your answers, see where you were wrong. This is what we call active recall, and is one of the most proven studying techniques in existence. AI just makes it infinitely easier to access. Now for people or for students that want to touch materials with your hands, people that are making subjects like chemistry, mathematics or geography, then you want to practice some of the experiences that are in your notes, you can just ask AI that, okay, please, this is what I have in my house. I have a bottle, I have water, I have spoon, I have this, I have this, I have this. Produce an experiment on these notes. You can paste your notes there. Produce an experiment with my stuffs and related to those notes so that I can practice what I've just learned in my book. And from there, you love studying by practicing with your hands. And after, you can then jump directly to answering the questions the AI produced earlier. The third way is to summarize and simplify heavy contents. Textbooks can be brutal. Dense paragraphs, complicated vocabularies, pages and pages of contents that could be said in even 5 sentences. AI fixes that. Take a long passage, a chapter, or even a topic title that asks AI to give you a clear and simple summary. You can ask for bullet points, tables, or even a story style explanations. if that's how your brain works. This doesn't mean you skip the textbook entirely. It means you use AI to break the contents down first. So when you go back to read the details, you already have the structure in your head. Comprehension goes up, study goes down. The fourth way is to understand your mistakes, not just your scores. Most students look at the wrong answer, write the correct one down, and move on. That's a mistake. Getting something wrong is actually the most valuable moment in your studying only if you understand why you got it wrong. Here's what to do. When you get a question wrong, bring it to an AI tool, type the question, your answer, and the correct answer, and ask, why is my answer wrong and what's the correct reasoning? This turns every mistake into a lesson. That's what the new exam format is testing. Reasoning, not memorization. Now the last but not the least, create a personalized study plan. Most students study randomly. We open a book, read whatever page we are on, and hope for the best. There is no strategy, no structure, no prioritization. AI can fix all of that. Tell an AI what exam you're preparing for, what subjects are covered, how much time you have before the exam, and how many hours a day you can study. Then ask it to build a study plan. You will get a week by week or day by day breakdown of what to cover and when. You can even tell it which topics you find harder to understand so it can allocate more time there. This alone puts you ahead of most students who are just winging it. For each of the methods I'm just from exposing to you people, there are some specialized AI tools designed for them. Like for example, for the way number 3, that is the summarization of your textbooks or of your notes, Notebook LM is the perfect AI for that task. Most of these AI platforms have free plans that are more than enough for studying. And look, I know the new exam system feels unfair. I know it's harder, but the students who adapt to it fastest are the ones who stop studying the old way and start using every tool available to them. AI is one of those tools and is sitting in your pocket right now. I sincerely hope my brother is going to use these tips for his next attempt. If this video helped you, drop a comment telling me which tip you're trying first. See you in the next one. Study smart. Ciao.